Okay, good afternoon. Hope everyone is doing well and being safe out there. Hope everyone's having a good new year. Um, I have another update on the CB7, the 1993 Honda Accord EX with the H22 swap. Just want to let you guys know that the new intake and exhaust valves are in. Um, when I was replacing the valves, it looks like this valve and this valve was slightly bent. I could see the bend in these two valves. The rest of them looked okay, but I know that just eyeballing the valve to verify whether it was bent or not, you can't do that. So I want to say this head definitely had some bent valves. Looks like they was all on the exhaust side, which gave a lower compression. I think, like I said before, I was around 80, 90 compression when I did the compression test per cylinder across the board. So anyway, the new valves are in, and then to clean this up, I simply used some brake cleaner and a cheap Harbor Freight brush here to kind of clean that up. Head was in excellent shape anyway, so that was no problem. And then on the exhaust side here, just kind of did pretty much the same thing. I do it like a little more, clean up a little bit more, make sure the gasket is able to set on that pretty good. But overall, the head is in good condition. One thing I wanted to mention that I failed to do so was that with the keepers, with the valve stem keepers, you want to use a little Vaseline on the keeper so that when you putting them back in or reinstalling them, the keeper is going to stick to the valve, and then you can release the valve spring tool and it should stay in place. I was having a heck of a time with the valve, with the keepers. Then when I brought it up, one of the old guys at the shop was like, "Are you using Vaseline?" And that was it. So I was able to finish it pretty quickly after that. And let me flip this head over. I want to show you guys one more thing. Okay, yeah. I just wanted to say very quickly that I could not use the cheap eBay tool on one side of the head. I guess this would be the exhaust side. I couldn't use it because these I don't know if this is for the valve cover or what, but these stems I could not get these out the head to save my life. So I just left them in there. I couldn't use this tool, but luckily I had the other valve stem removal tool. I think I picked this up from Amazon or eBay. This tool is pretty handy too, so I was able to use this tool to get those valves out. Since I couldn't do it on this side, as these bolts here were in the way. I think this is probably useful in the valve cover or something, or maybe I guess it would be the valve cover because nothing else is on that side. So I had to use a different tool. But right now, I'm about to go outside, clean off the block surface. Just the way I did the head here, I'm going to clean that up, get that ready for prep, and then see about getting the head gasket on there. Then I'm going to try to lock this head down real quick, okay? So I'll keep you guys posted. Okay, as you can see there, I cleaned up the block surface for the head gasket. And when I say cleaned up, I'm definitely using air quotes on cleaned up. I kind of put some brake cleaner on the piston heads too. They came up pretty good. That one down there was a little far to wipe out, but I'm pretty sure they're all gonna come out like that. I wanted to get them nice and clean. Next thing I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna remove the dowel pins from the head, put them back into the block here, set the head gasket down. Then I'm going to connect the intake manifold back to the head and ultimately try to sit the head down back on the block and make sure this water neck back here is connected properly. This can be a pain sometimes. You got to make sure this is definitely in there, or you're going to have another leak. So yeah, that's the next step. Things are moving along. No complaints so far. So let's keep going at it. Okay, these dowel pins are not coming out. So I gotta come up with another plan. I wonder if there's a way that I could use some gasket adhesive like in corners just to hold the head gasket on while I try to sit it down. I don't want the slip or fall off. I may even have to try or hold for a day or something because these dowel pins are not coming out. I don't remember them being that tight on other cars, but I guess it depends, right? Well, anyway, here is the head gasket that I was going to use. I just opened it up. I did not realize this was the entire head gasket kit. And got a high temp sealer here, the head gasket. Looks like there's a bunch of other gaskets and stuff in here too. I'm not going to use all this stuff. I'm pretty much just going to use the head gasket, maybe the valve cover, adhesive, maybe some stuff in here from the valve cover. I'm not going to use all this stuff, man. I don't think I need to. Like, there's stuff that on the car is probably better quality than this right here, but how much did I pay for this? How much I paid for this? $41.58 for the whole head gasket kit. But yeah, maybe I just use the stuff from the for the valve covers. Maybe some of these ring things here. That's for the cam or something. I don't know. But I'm not trying to use all these different seals to rebuild the head 100% because it's in pretty good shape. So, alright. Let me figure out what I want to do here with this head and getting this head gasket on here, because when I flip it over I don't need it to fall down, and I'm afraid to put the head gasket on the block, because you know with the block with the intake manifold is heavy, and then I'm trying to get it on there and I don't want to scratch the head gasket, and that's where it's going to leak. So I gotta figure something out. I'll get back to you. Okay, it looks like by the grace of God I was able to get these dowel pins out. I was very happy about that, because the other way, if they were still stuck to the head, I think I would have gone through hell to get this thing to line up easily. But anyway, not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. Dowels are in, new head gasket is in. It matches up to how the old head gasket was put in, so this looks okay. And walk around here to the back. Next step is putting the intake manifold back onto the head. This gasket looks okay. I'm not going to change that gasket. It looks fairly new, so I'm going to put these 10 bolts back on, and I'm figuring that once intake manifold is on, I can sit it back down the head, throw the head bolts back in, get ready to torque those things down. Back up here to the front. I don't know if I was smart or what, but I remember taking out this upper mount bolt here and then telling everyone I should have taken it out to get the head off, which is true. But now that I look at it, when you look way down in here, that's the manual timing belt adjuster that I made with the carriage bolt from Home Depot. And it's kind of deep and I can't get down there, so I'm glad this bolt is out of the motor mount. I'm going to have to jack this engine up to raise it up higher so I can get a wrench on there so I can loosen that up, and then this metal bar here will go down, put the timing belt back on, and then tighten it back up. I think that's what I have to do. I can't remember what I did years and years ago, but yeah, let's go and put this head back on. Alright, that went a lot better than I expected. The head is back on. I am so glad those dowels came out. So once it got to the line, it was pretty much a drop-in thing. Now I'm going to put in the head bolts. The head bolts are here. Cut them in order. Not sure whether that makes any difference or not, but let's go throw these head bolts in, lock down this head. Then I can probably put the nuts on the exhaust manifold here But yeah, let me get the head bolts in, find the specs, and let's get to work. Okay, so the last thing I did is that I put oil on the rockers. I oiled them up pretty good, and then I put oil all over the camshells themselves. And then I sat them down, supposedly top dead center. So I get back on this side. What I read is that the keyways have to be facing straight up, and then out here on the cams, this arrow should be facing straight up as well. So I'll make sure those arrows are facing straight up. To me, it looks like the engine is like on a tilt, so maybe I need to just tilt them like a little bit, make sure that they're straight when I do the timing. Next, I gotta look at these cam caps. I kept them all in order. I wrote little numbers on them, 1 through 5, from left to right. I think these two outer cam caps out here need a little adhesive on them. Then I can start putting these guys down. And then those long skinny things, I guess they go on top to lock down the cam cap. So we're getting there. Just got to make sure these I guess these some little gaskets here are sitting just right. It looks like there's 2 gaskets that go in the back here. I got to find them. Let me see here. I did find one of these. I guess it's like a cam cap. I don't know. It's out of focus here. So I think this cam cap goes on the front one here, and the back one maybe it's a skinny one like this one. I don't know. Or I think it's another one of these. I don't know, but I'll figure it out. We only seen one, so it's gotta be somewhere around here. There's another one, or maybe it's just one. I gotta find the other one, but I'll look it up real quick. Let's see if we get these guys locked in and move on to the next step. But so far, so good.